What's up? This is Charles Silk Dunn, representing You Created It. You know, everybody goes through their life always complaining about everybody doing this and doing that. But always understand this. In order for you to change any aspect of your life, you got to own all of it. So coming to you today, we talking about relationships. For those who know me, you already know what time it is. For those who don't, check this out. There's no mystery in my history. There's no delusion about the conclusion. This material has been test marketed by tens of thousands of people from all over the world. And it's not just about me being a facilitator or a teacher. You know, in order to be a great leader, you got to be an even better student. So today, the topic is relationships. You know why? Because so many people in this world have given their power away to so much. We think it's about money, and prestige, status, and bankrolls. But I'm here to tell you this much. The most powerful tool that you will ever have in your life is the power of relationships. It's not about the Rolex, but about the Rolodex. It's not about the bankroll, but it's always about how you roll within your relationships. Today, I want us to dissect the true reality and the true problem of what is the dysfunctional energies of relationship. For one, we talk about love and relationships. Well, I'm going to let you know today, love has nothing to do with functional relationships. And that's the biggest lie that's ever been told. Love and relationships are two different sets of energies. There are a lot of people in this world that love each other to death and can't be in great relationships with each other. And they are wonderful relationships with people that don't love each other. Do you want to know why? Because relationships take relationship skills. And coming up, most people in the world have never truly developed relationship skills. And to adequately love someone, you must take the time to learn the energy, to learn how to love that person. Everyone comes with a different set of nuances and energies and different things and requirements in order to incite, inspire, and fulfill the person that you're with. But how can you ever truly be in a great relationship with someone until you develop relationship skills? I know as a man, we're taught only two things, as sad as it may be. We're taught about how to protect and how to provide. And we think that that's the full extent of manhood. It isn't. And many women think that being a mother or cooking dinner is what makes them fulfill all the requirements of being a great woman. It doesn't. But we're going to go to the basics. We're going to go to the basics of what is personality and character. Personality is how you knock a person. That's how you captivate a person. You know, you come in a club, you got your swagger on, your hair done right, your clothes, everything is up to par. So you might captivate or attract a person. So you knock a person on personality, but you knock a person on character. And let me show you what happens. This is one of the major things that we go wrong in. A lot of people have children or make too much of an emotional investment before they peel back the layers of personality to get down to the character. And the character, to make it simplistic, is the cake. The personality is the icing. One of the things that has upset me for many years is listening to people think that this is an intelligent question in order to dissect a person that you're trying to date. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let me tell you something. That's garbage. I've been hearing that for 20 years. That's garbage. Just because someone has great entrepreneur skills, just because somebody has goals, just because somebody has a vision, does not make them be ready for a functional relationship. That isn't even the best starter kit for you getting involved with a person. So what I have devised is something called REAPS. You know how you reap what you sow? Has anybody ever in your life seen somebody plant oranges and get bananas? Or grapes and get watermelons? No. You know why? Because the full potential of the harvest must lie within the seed. So I have devised a simple system called REAPS in order to help you dissect and really shall I say, fulfill or move in the process of a solid foundation of what you're dealing with in any individual. So in REAPS, the R stands for who raised the person. See, we have something called amygdala. It's your emotional memory, which means that your emotions are learned behavior. So let me give two examples, one for the woman, one for the men. Women, if you were raised in a household by a single parent mom and she screamed in order to get attention in your household, girl, hurry up and do your homework, wash some dishes, I'm going to beat your ass if you don't hurry up and do this. What you have learned is you learn to gain control of your household by yelling and screaming. This is a part of your emotional identity. Versus this, what if you're the woman that's raised in a household where you had a father or a mother and a father, and you watch your house be in total chaos, and all of a sudden, your mother, you watch the transformation of her face when she says, y'all's daddy just came home. If you were young and you watch your whole household totally transformed by your father walking in that door where you can hear a pin drop. You watch your little brother start acting like they're doing homework. You watch your mom start getting the food ready. And what you learn is reverence and respect for a man. You learn to respect the difference between the feminine and the masculine energy. But if you've never had that experience, if you've never been raised around those energies, then you won't be able to grasp that. That's where you will be lacking in relationship skills. With the man, if you were raised in a household and you watched your father beat your mother, or every time he got frustrated, he reached out and sucker punched her, he tore up things, your emotional identity, that's a learned behavior. Hurt people. Why do you think statistics are that people that have witnessed domestic violence end up being involved in domestic violence as adults? Because this is a learned energy. This is a learned behavior. When you was a kid, how many times have you seen a child fall and stumble and hit their head? And they look up to the adults because they want you to teach them the emotion that comes from them hitting their head. So the worst thing that you can do as a parent, what do? You go, are you okay? And the minute you say that, the child says, well, I guess I'm not. He starts crying. But the child wasn't going to cry because you transferred that emotion to that child. Well, that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with the R. Who raised the person? What's the emotional identity of the person that raised them? The next letter is the E, the environmental influences. Was the person raised in a farm? Were they raised in the city? What energies, what stimulus did they take in? That's the E. And you ask these questions in a subtle way. You don't act like you're interviewing a person, but you find a way to get these reaps in. The A is the astrological position of the person. You've been told so many times that astrology doesn't mean anything. That's the biggest lie that's ever been told. Please believe me when I tell you that your astrological position in the universe makes a very large difference of some of the inherited desires. Like if you're a writer, if you like nature, if you cling more to family. So you need to understand, is the person a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Libra, it is a contributing energy. It's not the energy that tells you all about the one person, like a zodiac sign represents the whole totality of a person. It doesn't. But the A, R-E-A, the astrological position, does have contributing energies that make up the person. The next thing is the P. Very important. The path. What path did a person take to their current position in their life? Did they go through school and get a bachelor's or a master's? You will learn if a person has a sense of entitlement. Did they go to military? Are they more disciplined? You know why? Because people that go through military might have a different set of stimulus, a different set of likes and dislikes from the one who went to college. So you have to ask the right answer. You have to ask the right questions. The S is in siblings. This is critical. Does the person have siblings, and where do they place within those siblings? Reaps. Is the person the oldest? Are they the youngest? You know why you want to ask this question? Because the oldest of the siblings, 9 chances out of 10 have more sense of accountability. That was the one that mom put on the bus to go pay the bills at 12 years old. They had to clean up the house, wash the dishes. Or is this the baby? Is this the one that whines and complains? So this is a very full process, a really solid process in dissecting people. Because there is a few questions that you want to ask a mate. What is the best relationship they ever had? And what made it the best for them? What is the worst relationship they ever had? And what made it the worst? Because you might find that you're going to fall within those categories, because the compare and contrast mode of any person, even with something as simple as a kiss, they're going to compare you between those two extremes. The best kisser, the worst kisser. The best communicator, the worst communicator. In life, the relationship aspect of any relationship is the key to understanding that the value you put in that is what you're going to get out of it. I think it was Zig Ziglar that once said, you can get everything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. When you value relationships and you take the time to dissect, you will grab this reality. We change when the pain from remaining the same becomes greater than the pain to change. In case you didn't hear that, let me give that to you one more time. We only change when the pain from remaining the same becomes greater than the pain to change. And as a world culture, we have lost the value of relationships. So in the coming weeks, for those who are going to be tuning in to Charles Silk Dunn, a.k.a. Mr. YCI, Mr. You Created It, I'm going to take you down a trip down the rabbit hole. But let me tell you something as we take this trip. Stop blaming other people for how they are when they move into your vibration. Do you understand why? Because they're not telling you about who they are. If they're in your vibration, they are introducing you to the relationship you're having with yourself. Stay tuned.